เดี๋ยวคงจะประกาศตอนสุดท้ายนะตอนนี้มันยังใส่คะแนนอะไรนะ Okay, last time we learned image geometry. Okay, we basically changing the position. Okay, changing the pixel of the image. Okay, and then you have to do interpolations. Image geometry is used for image registration. Image registration ภาษาไทยคืออะไรลงทะเบียนรูปภาพเป็นยังไงทำไมรูปภาพต้องเอาไปลงทะเบียนด้วย Okay. The word registration in this case means matching. Okay, matching two images together. Okay. So they will map the point from a spatial domain P to another spatial domain Q. Okay. And there is that's why you need to do transformation. You've got to change the spatial space P to spatial space Q. And then you register them. Okay. If P prime equal to the transformation of P, then P prime would be equal to Q. Okay. Any error would be registration error. Okay. For example, suppose we got two imaging modalities. Okay, remember imaging modalities. Suppose we got two imaging modalities. For example, here is the one on the left. ทำไมเมาส์ผมขึ้นแต่ว่าอันนี้ไม่ขึ้นต้องใช้ later filter. Okay.
ไม่อาจจะลองดูว่าแกเปิดพรีเซนต์โหมดก่อน
อะไรนะ
บางทีแต่ถ้าโมเขาเป็นพรีเซนต์โหมดอยู่ครับมันจะ
your presentation mode. That's right. We need the pointer.
มันอาจจะหาย pointer ไป
ใช่
ครับ
Okay, this is the image on the left is taken from digital camera. The image on the right is taken from maybe infrared camera. Okay, you can see that they are tilted. They are not the same. Okay, in this case, you need to match. Register means you match some point on the left. For example, here you can match these point to another point on the right. Okay, and then you kind of have to rotate or translate or do a file transformation of the image on the right to tilt it back to be the one similar to one on the left. Okay, for example. Okay, this is called image registration. Okay. There are many ways to do registration. Okay. Registration means mathematical mapping of points in one view to the second one. Okay. Two registered image may be combined, and then after that, okay, after you have registered the image, you can combine the informations from one to the other. Okay, if you combine them, we call it image fusion. Okay, so you combine the first image and the second information from the first image to the second with the information from the second image to be one view. Okay, then it's called image fusion. Okay, and so there's going to be techniques for that. So a lot of times when you do fusion or you got to do registration first, followed by image fusion. Okay, there are many ways to do image registrations. Okay, though this file is at below is not good. Okay, it's corrupted. Anyway, so you kind of have to tilt the image to be the same, and then you register them. There are many ways to apply for image registration. Many applications in image registration. For example, you can do image registration for diagnosis. You combine information from multiple imaging modalities, or you can study the disease progression. You can take the image today, and then you take the image after the operation, or you take the image, of the same thing a month later to see if there is any change in shape, any change in position, and so on. Okay, and that's how you monitor the disease. Okay. Image registration is also can be done in image guided surgery. okay, or radiotherapy, okay. In the image surgery, a lot of times, many surgery, okay, you just insert the operating knife or the laser, okay. You need to register exactly, okay, of the real thing in the to the model, okay. So to be more precise, okay, it depends on how precise it is, okay. In that case, you can plan the surgery more precisely, okay. These are some of the applications in image registration. For example, here you got MRI image together with SPECT. Okay, remember the MRI, usually you take the image of the soft tissues. Okay, SPECT is you take the image of cancer, right? Okay, so these two images may not be the same size and may not be the same position. You need to do registration first, and then you can fuse them. Okay. Yeah, actually, nowadays the machine, okay, the MRI machine, usually they come with the SPECT imaging system also, okay, combined together, okay. So the registration task is not that tedious, okay. Or CT scan and MRI can be fused, okay. Before fusing, you need to do registration and then you fuse the information. Okay, there are three different ways, three different methods to do registration: point-based, surface-based, and intensity-based. Okay. Point-based means you pick some points in one image and you find the corresponding point on the other image. Okay, and then you find the errors or some particular. Usually, for the point base, okay, you need basically something in the image that you are sure that it will be stay constant, okay, it will not change. Okay. For surface base, okay, you don't have just one point, but you have the surface of the objects. Okay, intensity base is what appear in the image. Okay, you compare the intensities. Okay, so for example here, the point-based method, okay, first of all, you need to find the landmarks, or you put the marker, okay, in one of the image, and then you find the corresponding markers in the other image, okay. Here, for example, suppose the point-based, okay, if you want to register two brain image, okay, you might use these 5 points, okay, which believe that to be the same, okay, in every single image, okay, and then you adjust the image using the geometric transformation to map, so these 5 points according to the model, okay. And here are some of the, usually we use mean square error or root mean square error, okay, to do registrations, okay. Well, if you are interested in more detail, you can present it at the end, okay, of this course, okay, when you are supposed to do the projects, okay, you can read on that and then present it to your friends, okay. Here are some of the algorithms, okay. The algorithm usually involves a lot of mathematical formula, okay. So you probably cannot do it by hand, okay? You have to do it by computer, okay? Surface-based, well, same thing, okay? You determine the corresponding surface, okay? Instead of just one point, you have a bunch of surfaces, okay? And compare the two surfaces, okay? There are many algorithms on surface-based. For example, head and hat algorithm, the registration using crest line. Okay. Intensity base, the surface base might be quite complicated. Okay. Intensity base is based on 2D. Okay, the surface based usually based on 3D. Okay, 3D image. The intensity based is widely used in image registration because we compare two 2D, two-dimensional images. Okay, using the pixels and the surrounding intensity. Okay. So many intensity based, you use a subset of pixels, okay, to instead of comparing every single pixels, okay, in the image, we don't do that, okay. We save time, okay, by using just a subset of pixels, okay. It will be much faster, okay. A lot of times, it is required less interaction, user interaction. Intensity based can be done automatically, okay, instead of the point based or the surface based where they need more of the user interaction, okay. The user need to interact. For example, for the point based, the user need to identify which point to be corresponding, okay, or the surface based is even harder, okay, so but intensity based is not, okay. And here are some of the algorithms for image registrations, okay. You can use similarity measures. There are many kinds of similarity measures, okay. So you can use them as the metrics, okay. How you define which intensities groups is identical or similar to the other groups, okay. Here are some of the algorithms, okay. Minimum joint therapy. There are so many things on intensity based, okay, image registrations, okay. You can find it in papers, okay. Most of them go into details, okay, intensity based use. For example, here's the example of two images that is not registered, okay. One is registered, you should see more clearly, okay. This is registered the bones to the soft tissues, okay. Oh well. And in application in intensity based would be in serial MRI, okay, MRI and CT, MRI and CT and PET, okay. These are some of the algorithms used a lot in medical imaging, okay. And that's it. Okay. However, for this class, since we don't really have the medical imaging, okay, we can do the thing called the where's my lab? Have you ever heard about the panoramic? When you take in digital camera, okay, sometimes you can do panoramic stitching, okay. When you want to take a look at the panorama image, okay, like with your digital camera, okay, when you want to, if you put it into panorama mode, okay, you take the pictures, right? Actually, you take several pictures alongside, right? So there will be some overlapping parts, and then you stitch them together as a bigger image, okay? That way they can use the registration, okay? So you got image frame, first image frame, second image frame, and then they register together, okay? And then they fuse the two. That whatever that is not in the first picture will be stitched to the left, and then they kind of put together around it, okay? That's the way they do, okay, in using image registrations. So we're gonna use that, okay, for image processing. I think, where is it? Let's find it in So you can study this, okay, in MATLAB, okay, how to create a panorama, okay. So basically, you're supposed to load at least 2 pictures, okay, like this, of the scene that is snapshot of different scene that is overlapping in a certain part, okay. For example, here you have this scene, you can see some of the scene are overlapping, okay. And then you learn how to read the image and you follow this, okay. And that's what I'm gonna give you as homework to do, okay. So in the homework, you're supposed to take maybe pictures. Usually it got to be the thing that is stationary, okay. You don't take a picture of person running around, okay. You cannot do that, okay. Maybe you take pictures of buildings, like building, engineering building 1, which is long, right? Or engineering building 3, okay? You take snapshot of maybe 3 or 4 snapshot of the image building 1, okay? Or building 2, and then you stitch them, okay? To form a panorama image, okay? So you study this, okay? Create panorama using MATLAB, okay? It can be easy if you want to see the details, okay? There are many ways, many options, okay? You can experiment on that, okay? And how you generate the panorama, okay? This is the image, the algorithm. If you want to see the detail of the algorithm, you can go take a look inside each of the pics, each of the thing, okay. It can be point based, but usually they use intensity based, okay. Usually they use intensity based. MATLAB เดี๋ยวก่อน อันไหนนะ Digital Image Processing
Google
here. So this is the first homework, okay. Since next week there is no class because it's the midterm exam, okay. There's no class next week, okay. We come back after the midterm, okay. You have 2 weeks to finish this assignment, okay. Homework 1 หรือ homework อะไรแล้วเนี่ย 6 okay. Homework 6
จริงๆก็เป็นโฮมเวิร์กสอบก็เป็นโฮมจริงๆก็เป็นโฮมเวิร์กสอบของวิชานี้เพราะโฮมเวิร์กหนึ่งเนี่ยมันคือ
homework 1คืออะไรวะ
ที่ลดหน่อยนั่น
อะไรนะ
ไม่โฮมเวิร์ก1อันนั้นของเบสิกไม่ใช่
ใช่ที่ของเบสิกที่
ไม่อันนี้ก็
อ๋อ
จริงๆถ้านับจริงๆอันนี้ก็โฮมเวิร์ก1ของแอดวานซ์
ใช่
แต่โฮมเวิร์กนั้นก็แอดวานซ์
อ๋อ homework อันนั้นยังไม่เรียกว่า advance อันนี้ advance กว่านะครับwhen is it due not next week but the 10th right okay okay take a snapshot of a long building or long scene okay a long scene, okay. It could be vertical or it could be horizontal, okay. If you have a tall building, you can take snapshot of tall building and then collect them, okay. Or you can have the natural scene, okay. And use and create a panorama image, okay, that stitch them together, okay. Submit, okay, your code not code the PDF files right and how เหมือนกันอะ submit everything okay submit your codes the PDF files the PDF or the Word okay PDF or Word files okay explaining what you do what you did in each steps and the result of intermediate steps of each step okay yeah you can have a lot of fun doing that okay yeah
enjoy ครับ
yeah submit your code and images okay all in zip files okay you got 2 weeks to do okay that's image registration and fusion okay and you kind of have to see where it is can you see the difference okay and how much they overlapping okay if you can see a lot of process the first process is to register second process is to fuse them okay all right try that okay it's gonna be a lot of fun all right now we're gonna do the next thing which is